Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Adapt Crypto, where we bring you the hottest crypto news daily. Today, I'm just going to bring your attention to the cryptocurrency heat map on Coin360. And overall, we had a very green day. Currently, the Americans are sleeping, and they're the ones with all the money. And sometimes they like to sell before they go to bed. And then they wake up in the morning and they buy it all again. They're very wealthy race of people. But I will sort of say it's been a very good day in the crypto space, some doing better than others. We've had a slight pullback in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Of course, when we have these pumps, nothing lasts forever. In saying that, I wouldn't say the long-term pump has come to an end yet. I'll bring you to the Ethereum chart here, and we have our breakout that we caught live on our live stream yesterday. And we've had the breakout, and usually what happens after a breakout, you need a confirmation of breakout. And we've had a pretty good pump. Now, usually what happens, it'll come back down. It'll most likely come down and test this all-time high, that psychological support / resistance, be tested to confirm that support, that it has its permission to sort of keep mooning and keep Marsing, what we discussed yesterday. What are your thoughts, Marsh?
Yeah, I'm wondering, Gooding, is that what you think is going to happen? Because I feel like, especially these days, that the big game now is to psych everybody out, to trick people, to obfuscate their expectations. So obviously everybody and their mother now at this point knows what's going on with Ethereum, and they're expecting it to flip resistance. And I'm sort of obviously hoping that's going to happen. I hope it doesn't drop to zero. But yeah, you think it's going to come back down to that? What dollar marking are you talking about around there?
Well, I'm expecting it to sort of come down around I'll just move this up a little bit, the 1440 mark as the lowest. It might even sort of just wick in just a little bit, and I assume it'll just really bounce after that point.
Yeah, it's got to bounce after that. It's hard to express how bullish this actually is, I think, for the crypto space in general, now that ETH is getting out of the dungeons. It's really been down there for so long. I'm sure it's excited itself, personally.
Yeah, exactly. Did you want to bring up the Bitcoin dominance chart, Marsh?
Yeah, let me just switch over here. Just because I feel like, especially for us altcoin low cap degens, it is important to constantly keep your eye on this dominant chart, just to make sure things are continuing to look in our favor. And normally, I like to look at charts doing the opposite thing. But if you don't know, we want this Bitcoin dominance to be on the floor, because that means everybody has their money in alts. And that is really sort of what our angle is here on Adapt Crypto. As much as, trading 100x leverage on Bitcoin can work for some people, it's just sort of personally not my style. We're excited about the low caps and all that. So it looks like right at this exact second, we are down to about 63% and have been falling steadily since the new year. And I just, every time I look at this chart, I'm happy about it. I'm excited about it. We did pop up a little bit before the end of February. That was a little scary, but we managed to continue on. And if we just look at the total crypto market cap, it is expanding as well. We have had some dips here just because of Bitcoin selling off, but we are headed up in general. Just in this last sort of couple hours, we were dipping down again. But all of that is extremely bullish as far as I am concerned.
That's mate. It's obviously that information is reflected on the alts today. I wouldn't say that there was all the larger caps sort of had a bit of a push. The coin heat map, the heat map itself is a little bit deceiving with some of these percentages. They're not quite accurate. However, overall, the Bitcoin dominance dropping is reflected in the altcoins pumping today. I'll crack Yep. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's just for everybody watching at home, that really is the thing right now, that people are, since ETH is going through its all-time high, that means that it's going to be written more about in the mainstream normie news, and that means more and more people will learn what Ethereum actually is. I hope you see where I'm going with this. People need to go down to this process as well, but they'll think, oh, well, what is Ethereum? Interesting. Computer, the internet, you can write smart contracts. Whoa, okay, what is it being used for? Oh, half of the entire, more than half, 90%, 99% of the entire altcoin market is built on this coin. Are you serious? I got to get in these altcoins. Oh my God, I'm missing out. I'm losing time. I got to... That's the.
You're gonna sell the house and buy more.
That's what we're hoping for. This emotional sort of roller coaster that people are going through at this moment in time. I'm glad to have already gone through this months ago.
And to be honest, what a time to be alive. I load up TikTok because that's the sort of person I am, and I have a look at it. I'm getting financial advice from people who are probably half my age, and giving me advice on how to invest. It's refreshing stuff, and I'm writing all these points down because this is it's absolute gold, and I just can't believe the era that we're in. It's fascinating, and I'm really excited to sort of see what happens. Although these are some of the red flags of when you're supposed to sort of exit a market. However, I think we're in a unique time. Cryptocurrency has an opportunity to either make or break here, and what I mean by that is to break away from the US stock market, the SP 500, because historically there's always been a correlation, and I hate that correlation. I know everyone who owns cryptocurrency hates that correlation.
Well, I think for the longest time, an investor was an investor, and some were got into riskier bets than others, and crypto just sort of went in that general basket. But especially what's happened with Wall Street bets and all that fun stuff, we really do see a separation. We see a changing of the guard. I can honestly feel it. And as annoying as all these really old 2017 pumps are for us that are here, and I'm sorry if you fell for that. I am sorry. Again, not financial advice. But it does, again, just like the Ethereum all-time high, all of this is heading people in our direction and getting them excited about, oh my God, YFI is going to explode. I can feel it, man. YFI is about to explode, and people are not even prepared. I thought I knew what YFI was going to do, and I don't think we've seen even the beginning of what YFI is going to do, honestly.
No, are you sharing my screen now, are you?
Yeah, I am showing your screen. That is an interesting number they chose, 6666. Very interesting number.
Yeah, I dare say this is a part of their decentralized platform that they have. Members who hold Wi-Fi can produce these tokens. They can vote to have on developments for the project, and this is one of the things they developed. And this is because we are predominantly, our community is based in the altcoins and the more speculative sort of investments. Wi-Fi and its ecosystem and the Cronje effect has a huge influence on our investments and the type of investments we target. And one of them was this article here. They finally voted to produce more tokens. From my understanding, and I haven't done a deep dive yet, but it's for the development of their project, their continual development to sort of fund their employees. I think there's a team of about 20 who actually look after Wi-Fi. It's not just Cronje himself in his mother's basement. To be honest, I just want to bring this up. What sort of took me aback was that I was expecting Wi-Fi to sort of drop and sort of go below 30K today. But, I will say it didn't have a massive pump, but it did have a cheeky pump of about 5% now, but it did go up a little bit higher than that. So it's hard to...
It's very interesting, Gooding. It's... Normally, when you try to mint 6,000 coins of your low supply coin, that would be a huge problem for you. But obviously, Andre, if you're not aware, is in a completely different category from all other coin creators, and is obviously has something massive in the works. You can really just sort of feel it. I'm not sure how your psychic powers are, but I honestly just can sort of feel it in the air. There's something huge coming from Andre. And we just honestly don't know what it is. And yeah, like you're saying, it not dumping out on this news that he's just minting like crazy is very bullish to me.
I might seem a little distracted. Here in Australia, we're blessed with some of the biggest spiders in the world. One of them's the huntsman, and I just saw one as big as my hand sort of just walk across the wall.
Attacked? You're getting attacked here in the...
And it's gone behind my desk right where my feet are, and I'm very nervous as to what sort of happens next. However, I do know huntsmen don't openly attack people, so but I dare say my feet are this close to a big spider.
Gooding. That's terrifying, Gooding. I'm wondering if we could capitalize on this moment and possibly reach out to Spider DAO for sponsorship. Do you think that would be a possibility?
It's definitely in the works, mate. I'll take a photo of it and we'll send it to them and sort of promote something here.
I think that'd be a good idea. Yeah, we could see. Here's the real spiders out there.
Might do a quick shout out to our community. Thanks very much for joining us. We've got Ethan. White's Prime to display. I'll get to that in a minute, mate. I just want to say, thank you for joining us, Lemon, Pump, Pumpeye, the Sailor Man. I always have a chuckle when I read your name. Darren,
That's a good name.
Candyman, you are an avid supporter. We've got Eric, D, thank you very much for joining us today. Feel free to drop some questions. I might be able to touch on some of the altcoins that you guys sort of ask, as long as it's not a total shat coin I've never heard of before, because I won't really have enough time to sort of deep dive into it or give a good response. But to answer your question, Wi-Fi, Ethan, I already know you know the answer to this, because we have Dan in the Telegram, and I've seen conversations between you both. And it's not just a single token. And I implore you guys to do your research. And there's a reason why Sushi and a lot of the DeFi projects just randomly pump. And it's because of the partnerships and the network of Wi-Fi in the middle. And they're all sort of, it's an ecosystem. And it would be pretty exciting to sort of see what sort of comes next, because it's going to be big, to say the least.
That's what I mean. I can feel it. If that's the thing about crypto, a lot of things can seem random, can seem just out of the wall. Oh, this thing is pumping or that thing is pumping, but that's sort of why we do the research, and that's why we have this team, and we're not just doing it alone, because when you can really get your fingers out there in the interwebs, it's all out there for you to sort of pick up. These breadcrumbs are here. Andre is tweeting mysterious things. The point is that the average investor, regular person, doesn't have time to comb through every single one of Andre's tweets and stop whatever they're doing as soon as he does and check out the Etherscan and these transactions, these mysterious transactions that he keeps mentioning. But the point would be that it is all coming together. He is getting some of the biggest players in DeFi to interoperate.
Sorry,
I'm also just I'm a little worried for you, Gooding. I feel like
I might have overreacted. It's not quite as big as my hand, but
the expression on your face, though.
I don't know if you could see.
I don't know if I want to see this.
He looks very small, but he's about half the size of my hand, and he's not that bad. I'll leave him. He's harmless, but he's just keeping an eye on me. And when it's where you want to worry is when they're above your head and they just love to just drop down and say, "G'day, mate, how are you?" And
can I get some? I'm gonna get some scary sounds. I'm gonna get some scary spider sounds for you.
Oh, excellent!
Watch out, Gooding. The spider's coming for you. So I guess we're trying to keep it concise here. What is the point for just general normal people that don't want to read all of Andre's tweets? What's the deal with Wi-Fi, and how can they get insane 100x gains? I guess what everybody's thinking about.
Well, it's unfortunately Wi-Fi and the Cronje ecosystem is one of those things that actually have to put a lot of research into, because he doesn't necessarily announce what he's working on. A lot of his is quite a few cryptic messages he provides, and it can be difficult. But in our community, we do have a few people who specialize and love that sort of information, and it's really good to see. And I've mentioned this before, but crypto, you need to be a collaborative space. It needs to have teamwork, and you can sort of work together with others to sort of bounce those ideas off. And Wi-Fi is is going to be massive. And I do want to point something out to you. A lot of people talk about TA, technical analysis, and that's the reason why things pump. And you can really determine when news is going to happen through the charts and the technical analysis. But if you can get these breadcrumbs, this fundamental analysis, and you can sort of pick a date, and some projects do announce this, you can time an entry and an exit, a buy and potentially a sell target based on fundamental analysis. News, upcoming news, essentially.
News analysis. Generally for because I think we all know and love Crown's Crypto Cave over here. He generally frowns on looking at news. And when we're talking about Bitcoin and sort of the higher caps, I do tend to agree because generally the news that you see is sort of a psyop to shake you out of your bags and can be sort of dangerous to watch. But for all the lower cap things that we're looking into, it really is everything. It is extremely important to know when the token is launching, when those unlock schedules are going down, and we obviously, that's again, shameless plug, that's why you got to get in the Telegram, because we are talking about these things. Sometimes these are sort of minute to minute timings that you have to watch. I'm reminded of the recent sort of mini pump that CFI went through because they were unlocking some tokens. And we were all sort of tracking that very closely, and some people were managed to profit off that pretty well. But then again, it sort of dropped off again after that moment in time. And everybody's got a different trading style, but there definitely was some money to be made in that hour. Some people made it, some people didn't. So that's just life out there. But yeah, definitely news is critical, I would say, for anything DeFi related, anything Uniswap related.
Yeah, absolutely,
which transitions to me. I do want to get to this piece of news before we run out of time here. Let me just so excited to have everybody here in the chat. We got some people watching. I do want to bring up this article though, because I talked about it in the thumbnail. Led by Uniswap, decentralized exchange volume soared to above 50 billion in January. It is popping off, guys. Just everything from on-chain metrics for all of Bitcoin and all that stuff is very exciting as well. But I was very excited to look at this chart. I mean, look at this freaking chart. I thought the volumes that we were seeing back in September were pretty nuts already. People were talking about how crazy that was to be getting up around 2 billion, that we were even in this sort of $1 billion zone for decentralized exchanges. And just looking at the chart, I don't know, I'm almost speechless. Like, that is just this tiny little blip that is now far gone into the past. 2 billion, who cares? Like, we're getting to 55 billion.
That's Trump change these days.
They're just on DEXs. I'm sure Coinbase and even Binance, they're having meetings being like, well, what are we going to do, guys? Our lunch is getting eaten and we're not getting any of these fees. We cannot let this stand. But the decentralized revolution is obviously unstoppable at this point. I mean, this chart, like you're saying, I mean, you would assume the top is in, but I think we are still far away from any sort of top. Volume is exploding. Total value lock exploding. It's sort of hard to overstate. I don't know. I don't want to just sort of scream into the mic like, oh my God, guys, oh my God, let me hit the air horn again. But it is a little bit like that. Like, if this was the time to get into this space, because it's quickly going to leave a lot of people behind. And obviously you got to be smart out there. You got to do some good trading, but it's getting a little easier. I got to be honest, Gooding. A lot of my positions are just sort of, they're just let me get that sound effect. They're doing that. They're going up. And it gets a little bit easier in these times. But still, you got to be careful. Watch your back, Euphoria can set in, and you can make some dumb moves in times like this. But
I did mention some of the concerns that I personally have for the US stock market for March, which could have that correlated effect on the crypto market. So I won't talk into it now, as I did rant and go on a bit about it. So, but I recommend you have a look at the stream yesterday as we caught the breakout, and some of my thoughts there. But 100% right, mate. Be greedy when others are fearful. Be fearful when others are greedy. It's a quote, even though it's from a dinosaur, he's still not wrong. I'll lead us into Ethereum. I won't go too much into this article. I'll put it in the description. But data shows that everyone's expecting Ethereum to go to 2K, and what this means is, and I see. And this is some of that that golden financial advice I received on TikTok, telling me Ethereum 100% is going to go to 2K within the next few days. I'm like, thank 100%? You so much.
100% in the crypto world is gains that you make. I don't know if you can say anything about that happening.
Can you even call it gains within crypto? I don't know.
That's a good question.
It's just it's a good day, if anything. But there's a lot of the sentiment right now is everyone is essentially valuing Ethereum at 2K. That's the little takeaway I have there. There is more to it. There's a heap of shorters and option traders that are about to get wrecked soon. So that's
too bad
that's
for
all
them.
I want
to. It's too bad for them. Right? I don't know. I guess it's a way to make money. I guess you really do need to be pretty advanced. But there's been all this talk about the issues around shorting, and I think I guess there are also some issues about shorting in the crypto space. But in an insane bull market like this, with everything popping off, I don't know if shorting is going to be your best strategy. Honestly,
not in a bull market. I highly recommend that you just consider it. In a bull market, things just don't make sense TA wise when everything just keeps going. Well, it does make sense. The trend is always going up essentially. So you got to really time those shorts. And the same, if it was the vice versa, if it's a bear market, why are you longing when the trend hasn't broken sort of upwards? I'm not an options trader myself, so I don't have too much to sort of say there. And Marsh, short and sweet. Do you have much more you want to sort of talk about? For those in the chat, this is your opportunity to sort of say a few things. Yes, I agree. I'm glad it's on a funnel web. APY finance. I'm not too adverse. Do you have much to say about APY finance yourself, Marsh?
APY?
APY, yeah.
I'm not familiar with that one, actually. APY.
Well, it's not a cheeky 10%.
Right. Yeah, I remember that symbol. Okay. Yeah, this was from quite some time ago, though, right? I guess.
Yeah, it was very popular at one stage.
Yeah, I haven't been hearing a bunch about it lately.
No, at least they got a team. That's always a good sign that they're not anonymous. And this guy loves, I think that's whiskey of some sort.
Very, very classy. Yeah.
Couldn't confirm unless I had some myself. They got a TikToker by looks on their team as well. And
at this point, I've looked at so many team pages. I truly enjoy it. It's really funny to me what and I guess you can turn the tables on, but on this as well. What people consider professional enough to be put in as sort of a crypto job position, especially some of the other. I don't know. I don't want to name any names, but you'll watch a live stream from a certain coin that you thought was ultra professional, really, really bullish, and the dude is just sort of in his poorly lit single room apartment. Seems like just sort of hasn't left in months, and not naming any names, honestly, but yeah, I'm not sure about APY. Before we do close out, I do want to just quickly here. Let me switch over to my thing. We did do a video on Bridge Mutual, and I just want to show this chart real quick. It's dropping off just a tiny bit at this moment, but if you were somehow able to get in the pre-sale, you would have already hit your 10x. It's just blowing up. Last night it was going vertical. I honestly didn't know what to do about it. And for some reason, these two coins are extremely linked together, Bridge and Paid, because they have also sort of announced a partnership. And if I can just get Dex tools to load here, it looks like we're seeing about the same thing. That is just having a brief consolidation period. No, sorry, that's Ramp. I clicked on the wrong one. Ramp is doing fantastic as well. Can't complain about that. But what I do want to draw your attention to is this paid chart is looking insane. It is just also going vertical. People are hearing about it and getting pumped. And now I'm opening a pop-up. But
it does help that Elio Trades is allowing him to sort of sponsor him and his videos. But this is one of the ones that one of our admins and community members sort of mentioned before it became popular. And you can actually fact check that because we have Marsh actually done a video on Ramp before it pumped.
Yeah, prove it.
So, we've some of the proof is there. But, the point of this, Marsh, you sort of want to show us that we, not mean to brag, but we have 100% strike rate on our chosen gems, and we're just sort of doing some of the look. And not all of them have 1,000x or anything, but a lot of them have obviously done well from the IDO, and that's very easy. It has been very easy lately, but also continued an ascending chart. And I think we're doing pretty well. And I'm just essentially we're just patting ourselves on the back a little bit, but. I just, for those who, we get a lot of questions in our Telegram lately asking, I've got a bit of money, what should I do? I said, don't rush into things. Sort of try and get in early in projects. There's some going to be upcoming ones. I do know launches can be speculative and risky, but don't rush. If you can plan things and take your time, why not? Make the most of it. And we're providing videos of projects that are coming out before launch. That means you're not even pumping our bags. So we have no financial incentive to do this at all.
Definitely
this
not.
Is purely for although we do it for the likes. There is a like incentive for us. So
if anybody out there does feel like smashing that like button, you have to think of it more as giving us free crypto. There is some sort of weird algorithm system that they do have out there in Google, and you were literally giving us a digital currency when you hit that like button. I would encourage you to do that. We're not saying that the run of BMI or Paid or even Ramp is over, but it can be a little risky to get into coins that have made gains this insane. I mean, I was thinking about this since we made the video on Ramp. That was like towards the beginning of December, and we really are up. I guess you could have made a slightly better entry than that, but this coin is up almost 700% on the year, which again, that's very exciting. It's a very bullish project. We are excited about it, but that doesn't mean it's a good entry for you personally if you're hearing about this coin for the first time. Early is critical, just like we've been saying. This is the theme of this live stream. Pay attention, guys. Don't get fooled. But check out for that. Look out for that news. That's where the edge is gotten. I think in this space.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. But if you want to get in as we are discussing these projects and getting hyped about them, we've got our Telegram. That's our instant messenger where you can collaborate with other traders. We have a Discord where, as if you're an avid user of the Telegram, it can be a little hard to sort of read through 2,000 messages when you wake up in the morning because, we are a 24/7 sort of group. But in the Discord, we do have a few channels there where we sort of put some of those potential gems. There's a channel there and gems and a few of all of our news that we track, the most important news that we feel. So, we can keep you guys informed, and you can also be a part of it and getting in earlier as well. So I highly recommend that you join us. It's free. Why not? What do you got to lose, right?
Join us. It's really the only way, and you will help us out. I just know it for a fact. Whoever you are listening that is taking this really seriously, you can help us out. You can help us research these gems as we become just an absolute juggernaut of Uniswap research. Yeah, exactly. It's all about that information, and you can help us out. And also just enjoy we share. It's a sharing game. That's what gets me so excited about crypto in general. We are trying to make some money. There's no sort of denying that. Not financial advice, but it's a collaborative experience. And I think in this sort of strange time in the world where we are sort of locked inside for the most part, it's really helpful. It's a very good thing to be doing, collaborating with people around the world. So that's my pitch.
Absolutely.
Join us.
A pleasure. Alrighty, guys, we'll wrap it up there. We'll try and get this shorter and shorter, so we can keep you informed as quickly as possible. So thank you very much for joining us. If there's more sort of, if you guys want us to take this in a different as a different approach, then leave us a comment. That helps the algorithms as well. And we can shape this. This is a brand new segment that Marsh and I are kicking off, and it's going to be daily to the best of our abilities. We do have jobs, and we do like to trade as well. So, and where some of us are studying, so we're very busy people. However, I've always got time for you. Bing.
Exactly. That should prove how I don't know, passionate everybody on the team and just everybody involved is. Usually, you are sort of supposed to be doing something else, but. Damn, dude, ETH is popping off. I don't care about anything else. Yeah. Anyways, I guess that's
all right, guys.
Do it for today. Keep it real, guys.
See you later. Thank you very much for joining us. Till next time.